There is a difference between someone that just simply doesn't know what they don't know and then a person that's in denial, especially when it comes to the area of addiction or substance abuse or anything down those lines. It's like sometimes if you're not familiar with that world, you don't really know what it is that you're looking for or you're looking at. There's a lot of red flags that have a tendency to happen that if you're not familiar with the world, you just don't know how to interpret that. When you have a loved one, let's say it is your kid or your child that is not really a child anymore. They are, 20, 30, 40-year-old adults at this point. But here's the thing is you think that you know what's happening with your own child, but your loved one is not going to tell you what's going on. They're not going to tell you that they're shooting heroin for obvious reasons. Who's going to tell their parent that they're doing something like that? Who's going to tell their parent that they're staying up all night doing coke? Who's going to tell their parent that they have started doing meth and they're not taking care of themselves? They're not taking care of their own kids. No one's going to just sit here and voluntarily tell people that information. There's a lot of red flags that maybe you're seeing that you don't quite know how to interpret. And of course, bottom line is, of course, they're lying to you. And it's just because they're not going to tell someone because they know what's going to happen if they do tell someone what's going on is people are going to try to stop them. And if they don't want to be stopped, then they're certainly not going to volunteer the information until they're ready to get help. And by the time they're ready to get help, it's very much probably a little late. I mean, hopefully they catch it. I say catch it like it's, some weird thing, but hopefully we can get to it sooner rather than later before our ultimate fears are realized, which is them dying. But a lot of times, like, people will get all the way to the point where they die, and the families and people around them are like, I didn't even know that it was that serious of a problem, because they're not going to tell you what's happening. And that's part of the challenge. But so this is why it's really important that you actually get help from someone that does actually know what's going on, and where, like, what do these red flags that you're seeing, what do they all mean? What could be really going on deep down of, like, what's happening that you don't know about? Because if you actually knew and you had a little bit more of the facts, your decisions could be made from more of the facts than what they are right now, where you're just like, I have no idea what to do because I don't know what's really going on. And sometimes that's where it can be really helpful to actually talk to someone that can help you interpret the data that you're seeing. You just don't know what it is exactly that you're seeing, if that makes any sense. So part of the issue where the difference between someone that just simply just doesn't know versus someone that's in denial is when you have people around you that are actually telling you what's going on, and we're choosing to ignore it because we just can't believe that it's true. And we just can't believe that that's something that is happening. And we just don't want to face the reality. So that's really the difference between, are you in denial, or are you just someone that just simply doesn't know really what's happening, so you don't know how to make decisions based around reality. So this is where, if you're not familiar with this world, it's not a judgment on anything, because especially if they're adults, we are now out of the parenting role and into just trying to figure out what are the different decisions and strategies that you need to make. We're no longer talking about parenting. We're talking about tools and resources that someone actually needs in order to best support and help their loved one. Because if you don't know what's going on, you may be unintentionally making decisions that are not actually being of helpful. You think they're being helpful because addiction and substance abuse, some of the things that you have to do are really counterintuitive. So you wouldn't know what to do unless someone is like helping you see what's really happening, because you're just going based on what you know to do that works in, especially like when they were kids or whatever, but that's not the same things that work now. So anyway, I hope this was really helpful. I hope that you make a decision that if you're seeing red flags, that maybe you reach out and talk to someone. You could reach out and talk to me. I can help you interpret what it is that's going on and the data that you're receiving that you just may not really know how. I set up, and for this very reason is like I want people to be able to interpret the data that they have. So that's why I do offer a free like a consult call, just so we can say, hey, is there a problem? Is there not a problem? Like, what's really going on? And people should know, so then they can make decisions of like, what do they need to know in the future? I think that's really important, because that can really change the course of your loved one's journey through addiction. If they have an addiction, maybe they don't. Wouldn't it be nice to actually have some peace of mind or have a direction of what to do from here? So I do offer free calls. So you should take me up on that and go to schedulewithjen.com and schedule a free call just to see if there's something that I can do that may clear some things up and help you along the way. So anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I hope to be hearing from you soon.